Mrs. Ramon. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Thank you, Alex.
You walked into our church one day, like 3 years ago. Is that about
Yes,
right?
that's right.
And we recognized each other immediately. I recognized you. You might not have recognized me because we used to go to church together back in the 80s and 90s.
That's right. In the
Yeah.
80s and 90s.
So
So
how?
35 years ago.
Yeah. And we were both in our children in the children's ministry at the time, and so that's why we're in our 30s and 40s right now.
That's
Something.
right.
And by the way, I know you're going to be wanting to look at this like little sore I have on my nose, and I just want to ask you just not to stare at that while we're.
Oh, I will try not to.
Yeah. And anyone watching, if you could not stare at that, just look away from the screen, whatever you have to do.
As a career, I was a social worker. I have three children and three grandchildren and two great grandchildren, and I'm retired at this point, and I am a volunteer staff member at Vineyard.
Are you from Boulder originally, or?
I went to elementary and junior high and almost junior high in Netherlands, and then I went to high school in Boulder.
Okay. And has Boulder changed much
Oh my
from,
goodness!
from the days you were in high school? And
Yeah,
how has it changed? Of course, we're fresh off of Boulder. We got national news just this past a couple hours after church ended on
that's
Sunday.
right. I would say that when I was in high school, junior high, that um, Boulder was just a regular small city, and
Okay.
now it's huge. Now it's got it. There's just a lot of businesses that are there, high tech businesses, and housing is super expensive. And in social work, I traveled the whole county, so yeah, Longmont feels like my home.
Okay. So you traveled, you had clients all over Boulder County as a
That's
social
correct.
worker. Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you work with a particular group of people as a social worker, or was it sort of everything?
I worked for child protection, so I was an investigator. I did the initial investigation when there was a child protection concern.
Hmm.
So I worked with children 0 and even sub-0 to 18 and their
Okay.
parents.
Was that a fairly intense and emotional career?
Very much so, very, very much so. But it was a passion.
Hmm.
Um, I felt like I could pray for the kids that I worked with, the parents, um, and it I could throw myself passionately into finding solutions, workable solutions for families that were struggling with harming their children or
Hmm.
neglecting their children because of the external stresses that they were dealing with. I worked the first 6 weeks. So I did the initial investigation.
Okay.
I, along with my supervisor, made the determination whether uh, removal was appropriate
Okay.
or whether just an ongoing case with the court would be appropriate with services in the home.
Yeah. Yeah, that must have been amazing. I could see you as both seen as the hero and the villain by people in the same house
Mm-hmm,
as you
mm-hmm.
came in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I retired 5 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's pretty fresh.
yeah, 5 years ago. Spent 2 years pretty isolated in my home here in
That
Longmont
happened during COVID, I imagine, same time.
during COVID, taking care of my mom, my elderly mom, and then and then I felt like the Lord was saying, Karen, you need to find a local church. And I was going down Main Street, and all of a sudden, there was Vineyard on top of the building.
Yeah, and that was us.
That was you.
And today we're actually talking about the role that churches play in creating community or creating healthy environments. Do you see any carryover for the relational rescuing and that you did vocationally and how you serve in the body of Christ?
Is very similar to what we do in the church in terms of
Hmm.
we love each other unconditionally, and we approach each other without judgment.
You do a lot of things in the church. You provide a lot of leadership on Wednesday nights, including we're starting the Chosen here at the end of the month. Wednesday nights, you'll be spearheading that. which I'm very thankful for. You do a lot of assimilation, which sounds like a weird word. I think when I think of the word assimilation, I think of Star Trek and the Borg, where they assimilated,
Yes.
took away their humanity or whatever.
Mhm.
But often if we have someone new to the church and they need a connecting point, often you're the one that'll invite them to coffee.
I help coordinate small groups. And by the way, starting June 11th and the 18th, we're having home groups. We're having, they're very specific, and they are called dinner groups. And so we're meeting in each other's houses.
Okay.
So I'm hoping people sign up.
If they go to one of these houses, they sign up for one of these groups. I think we have 4 of them altogether. They go to one of these groups. Can they expect to get dinner when they arrive?
They can expect, well, what they can expect there to be a main course.
Okay.
And so we're hoping that they will bring sides,
Okay.
salads, desserts, that kind
Sort
of
of like Wednesday nights are right now.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm going to ask you the same 2 questions that I ask the patron at Aunt Alice's or wherever I end up. So just the first question is, who have you found yourself getting the closest to?
I have a girlfriend from junior high that I continue to have very close relationship with. She lives in Loveland, with her husband. And then I have a group of girlfriends from high school. We call ourselves the Fab Four. And we continue to speak with each other, text with each other at least several times a week.